Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me this hour. Welcome to the 40th edition of Investdata Live, Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Yes, at this hour, the market here has gone to the midday. Then I don't know wherever you are joining, this is our midday here, and this is the live market we are looking at. And as usual, I always start with this is the time to work with your what, with your stop loss effectively, and what and your other technical tools to manage risk. Market is becoming more volatile, and this is the beauty of stock market. The more you see volatility, if you are using technical analysis, you're able to catch your up and no top and low. Once you to cut this top and low, I mean your support and your resistance at any given time, you know when to cut your loss and when to jump into fresh position. But I will tell you that what is happening globally has really changed the market performance down here. But other markets of the world, as we speak now, are looking up gradually. Even as at Friday this morning, I see that mature economy stock market are looking up. But why ours here is still looking down, despite all the impressive numbers and hype out of these companies listed on the Nigeria Stock Exchange. But I will tell you that there's no need for any investor in this market to panic, especially if you're a trader that you have information, you have knowledge, you have tools, you have plan, you don't need to panic, but rather you take advantage of the oscillation to buy low and sell high. But by using your technical analysis, you can't just say you are looking at other things, not knowing how the price is performing. Like I always say that price action is key in any market. Price action is either for stock or for index action. They are key so that you know what is happening. Your candlestick tells you a lot of information. I will see it anywhere at any time. I'm still repeating here. If you know how to read your candlestick, I will tell you at any given time, be able to market will be in your favor because you are not following bandwagon. You are using the sentiment and also behavior pattern of people in the market or players in the market to know where the market is going. And you're able to identify this direction on time. And you jump in, I'm telling you, that will give you that money you expect to make in the market because trend is our friend in tech analysis. If you buy low, you sell high. That is the beauty of capital market and stock market. And if you know how to do it effectively, I will tell you, you will not be too scared front and back by the market movement or even the sentiment in the market because you understand what you are doing. Yes, today said stock market is a leading indicator. Anywhere in the world, I'll tell you, it tells you what is about to happen. The market as we speak now, our market is already moving ahead of the economy. And don't forget that February inflation figure was looking up marginally, or look up marginally for month of February. Okay, this morning as we're looking at the MPI, which is the Purchasing Managers Index that were released by the Stanbic IBTC. According to the report that were released, the Purchasing Managers Index has kind of also declined marginally from 57.3 point to 54.1 in the March. It tells you that there's a slowdown in expansion. And this you can see that is why every investor eyes on what is happening in the economy. But what is happening today is not that it has happened overnight. You can see the accumulation of what is happening globally and also finding a way to influence our market. But the beauty of it is that our market remain significantly up. If you look at the indicators, especially look at the indices. Now we're talking of the NGS index, which is the share index, or call it NGS index, anyone you could call it, because of the high cap stocks that in the market that keep the market up. But if you look at the last week performance for the sectoral index, you notice that nearly all of them are in red. Tells that there's still also that kind of panic selling or profit taking in the market. But for those that understand how to invest in equity market, when you see this kind of panic or this kind of selling, you look at company that has different future from, because every company on the exchange has their own time of performance in terms of different characters they come with. Look at those companies in different sectors that are doing well to know how to position ahead of others because the market will not continue in the down direction. And I said always that the market will continue in the up direction. These are two things. Market will oscillate. That oscillate is what creates money. Market cannot remain in the up direction. Market cannot remain in the down direction. If there is a time that market will get to a point in the in up direction, it pull back, that is called correction or pullback, anything you call it, but it will not create a room for people to buy it again and for the market to go up again. Now we are seeing that market is coming down now. When you look at your indicators or your technical tools to know the right place that market also will bounce back. And that is why I always refer to our T line. T line, I told you earlier that T line has a feature of Fibonacci. That means you know how to use T line, you know when to jump in and when to jump out. Once you're able to do that, I will tell you that no matter what is happening in the market, you are going to stay ahead of the market. Yes, we have seen that oil price has continued to oscillate because what happened internationally since ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine for peace talk to continue. We have seen that oil has been oscillating around the 103 to $120 on each day or during the period. This oscillation continue, and as it continue, I'm telling you, since this oscillation is going on, other markets are still looking up. Why I said earlier that our market is still looking down, just because of what panic selling. But I will tell you, on the strength of the earnings that are in the market, it becomes very clear that most of the stock on the exchange are highly undervalued. That will not tell you as an investor or trader how we are able to identify those stocks that are undervalued, that they might likely be the one that will lead the reversal and start picking in them, because there are potential that investor will see in a stock, and that will change the trend of that stock at any given time. You need to understand what investor is looking at that particular time. Once you're able to point it out, I will tell you you are good to go. This should not panic anybody in the market, especially those that invest with knowledge, but rather you use your stop loss to always protect your capital. You know when, okay, I can absorb 4% loss, I can 7% loss or 10. Once you hit it, I'm going out of the position. No matter what happens, I can come back anytime. So far, I can protect my capital to enter a new position, or when the stock comes to a level that my indicator to me that or kind of give me a signal that this stock is about to bottom out. You cannot jump in again. Don't allow the market direction to take the profit that will make from you, but rather cash your profit at the right time. Don't be greedy, because when market is volatile as it is now, you don't target to make 100%, 50%. Once you are communicating between range of 10 to 25 to 30%, even 10 to 18%, you are good to go and come back again to another position. That is how to work. At any given time, market will always make opportunity for you to create money, and that is why those that participated in the last masterclass on Saturday, I'll say kudos to all of them, because they know what to do at this time, because knowledge comes first before that thing. They gather knowledge how to trade the market. Not only that, they have stock to position in. And I say kudos to all of them again for making time to join the class. It was very, so very, I don't know how to put it now. Very robust. A lot of information was discussed. Ideas were shared. How to go about this market, how to play defensive stock, how to take advantage of market oscillation, sectoral, that has that defensive nature, and set of stock. I said that here, a group of stocks, because they have strong group of stocks that are fundamental, that in any market situation, either in a bear, in a bull, they are still going to create wealth for you. You will make money by appreciating, and also comment down, appreciating again. That oscillation is what we need in capital market, and all this were discussed in the class. And I know that many of them are now smiling back to the market. This time, you should not panic at all, but rather you use your technical tools to know when to use your stop loss, when to jump into a new position or out of a new position. And at the same time, this volatility is in a downtrend, create opportunity to buy into a good stock by creating wealth for you. As you do that, that when I'm telling you, there's no need for you to panic at all. As I said in the last session, that T9 has the same feature with what with Fibonacci. Now I want to look at how we can use this T line, and I call it if you remember I said it's called moving average exponential 8. And because in exponential 8, if you go to Fibonacci has 8, has 21, and also have 50, 55. And 55 Fibonacci is for long term, while that of 21 is for medium, while 8 is for short term. Because you see exponential, it tells you that there is difference between exponential and simple moving average, because exponential want to take operation of the last price, and while moving average is trying to put every weight in off. But if you are using exponential, it helps you to reduce the lagging of moving simple moving average, and that when you want to apply it, as I said earlier, it will more weight to what on the recent prices of that stock. That will give you more weight to get right information. That is why we use it effectively in Investdata, because it helps us to make important decision. And that is why, as we discussed also yesterday, the day before yesterday, the that how to take this T9 to take profit. To take profit, that means you know exactly when to take profit, and you know a stock that has the momentum to continue in uptrend. How you can be in that stock, you will panic even when the others are panicking out, because you are using something to know that this stock will continue its uptrend. You hold the position, but once also there's a sign on that on your chart with your T line, which is the moving average exponential, if I can call it EMA, or you want to call it, they are all saying the same thing. That tells you that this indicator, this simple exponential moving average is also very essential for you to catch in and out, because that is what also Fibonacci does. When you are Fibonacci to catch where it can top and bounce back, these are what you need to know, because I said this theory is what is needed at any given time. If you know how to use it, you can see even the crossover and cross down of these indicators will go a long way to help you as a trader, and that is why I will continue to use it, and the one I explain to you so that you know how to use it effectively. Once you know how to use it, when you are charting, it becomes regular that when you are in the market, you are not panicking. Even though you are using a day chart, 10 minute chart, 1 hour chart, your key line, which is the 8 days, 8 days moving average exponential, will also go a long way to guide you so that you do the right thing at the right time, because you are using the right tools. Once you're able to put it together, it's going to go a long way to happen, because each of the candles you are charting that represent the price. I'm telling you, there's always an time frame attached to it, either a daily time frame, a weekly time frame, monthly time frame, and with that exponential, you're able to know the right time frame, because most times if you're using two of them or you're using three of them, you are using exponential moving average exponential 8, and also union average of exponential 21 and exponential 55. If you're using these two, when they cross each other, I will tell you that is also indication of a bullish trend where you can jump in. And that is why if you see the way I use it, since we started this class, this is almost the 40th edition. You know how to use it effectively. You can cut top and down of any market or any stock, because something is guiding you. That is why I said if you really want to stay ahead of the market, you must have your what? You must have investment education, you must have plan, you also must have tools to treat. And this tool is what the technical indicators will help you to do, because it's a software that you don't need to calculate anything, you don't need to cram anything, just open it, you read what you are seeing, that will help you also to take informed decision. Like I always say that if you want to really make money or build wealth in this market, you must combine fundamental and technical. You can't stand on one alone. With your fundamental, you can see how market also reacting to most of the result that came, or announcement of event that came last week. That's why it has not been as expected, because liquidity also in the market is not too strong compared to what we saw in the month of January. But we believe that going to the new any season of Q1, the result that will come also will also ginger up. But don't forget that as election is coming close, especially as we are seeing more electionary activities, political parties activity, either primary or this, it's going to also slow down. Depending also the manner and the kind of attitude they are, we are seeing, when they are conducting most of this, electionary process. If the process is going smoothly, that also going to boost confidence of the people, even attract international investors. But it depends the manner and the way political parties in Nigeria go around their politics. I'm telling you, but every per-election year, it's either up and down. But we have seen from from research we did during the master class that during the last government, we saw where per-election year was positive for almost 3 years. People were taking advantage of, because that is the time it's expected that liquidity will come. But when there's uncertainty, that's why there's liquidity, people will be panicking. We just hope that this year, that this government been in power for almost 8 years, we expect that this the organizing of this election will be smooth and peaceful. If that happens, that also going to boost confidence. But don't forget that it is your money. You don't know how to place it. That's why you must go to some stock that has high characteristic of defensive nature, and those that will give you quick return again and be up and doing in the market. Don't just invest and go asleep. You need to know what is happening in the market. But your ability to know this oscillation in the market and know when to key in is what makes a difference for you. But yes, before we go further, I want to look at the market as we speak now at this hour. As we speak, I'll start with the market news that came to the market today. I see that WAPCO was adjusted for dividends of 1 naira from around the 23 naira to now around 22 naira. I will tell you, if you look at this stock, this adjustment, those that want to take in position, I think it's very, very attractive. Also have UPDC releasing their close period for their Q1 number. Also, you can see these are the information that are in the market now. I want to look at the state of the market in terms of activities. You can see as we speak now, market is down. I'll tell you, market is losing 134.18 point, representing about 0.29 or 0.30 as we speak. Say that the market is not smiling, but whether the market is not smiling, some stocks are still making up. That's why you don't use only the top indicator, which is the the what we call the index action alone to judge, but there are some stocks moving. But so that when the general market is up, it have impact in the market. When the general market is down, also have impact on some individual stocks. That is why we also look at it. It's very very important. Not only what to use, but how to look at it. But as we speak now, I'll tell you, market is in a negative breadth. We're having a 22 stock on the losing side, while we have just 10 on the gaining side. On those on the losing side, the top five there is Women Bank as we speak, ROT Briscoe, Royal Exchange, we have Liquid Assurance and FBN Holding. These are the top five on the losing chart. Then on the gainer chart, we have NACO topping the gainer chart, followed by UBN, that is Union Bank Nigeria, UPDC, ICO, and Mansard Insurance. These are the top five gainers as we speak at this hour. I say I won't forget to mention about the power of volume. Volume gives you a lot of information on what is happening in a stock. As we speak now, the top trading volume are Sovereign Trust Insurance and the Regency Insurance, Mansard Insurance, Transcorp, and Fidelity. These are the top trade as we speak now. But we want to go into the live chart now to look at the index performance and other market activities. We want to look at stock like UPN. We are seeing UPN on the top gainers today. We are seeing NACO, which we also saw last week because of the dividend of 41 kobo and 145 bonus. As the market is also reacting to it. Then we'll also look at what is happening to FBN. The among the losers, we want to look at the position it is, and also we'll chart Mansard position at this hour. We want to see Mansard is among the top volume trading stock now, also among the top five gainers as we speak. We want to look at Mansard, look at UBN, look at NACO and FBN. We want to see what is happening in this stock. These are stock that we know, and other that are also on the top gainers if time permits us. But let's look at this four first before we can add additional. But first of all, we want to look at what is happening in the market proper. Let's look at what is the market happening in the market proper. That will give us insight. You can see the general market performance. You can see the trend on this trend now yourself. You can see that as we speak, if you look at this index action, market is below the T line. That is that market is not smiling at all this morning, which you can see here. Market is not smiling. But another thing that is very important that we know that if you look at market is coming down here now. So if you look at your day chart, if you look at this what we call histogram in MACD, you can see that here is wider here, but it's not reducing. And also if you come down and look at your money flow index, your money flow is also turning up, even it's below 30, but it's turning up already on a day chart. It might be a sign of reversal, and you can see that here. Let's still watch, but the market can oscillate at any time. The good is that you know what is happening in the market. Let's quickly look at 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart will give us information about the market so that you know exactly what is happening. 1 hour for day traders. Why also if you want to do weekly trading, you can use your day chart. But for me, of course, we are looking at today. Look at 1 hour chart and day chart to know exactly what. The 1 hour chart or 45 minute chart will give you kind of a quick direction of the market. When you look at 1 hour chart now, you can see it is clear here that the market is below the T line. T line is the blue line you are seeing here. I call it T line or trigger line, any way you want to call it. Feel free. Like I said earlier, this was eight moving average, eight exponential that tells you what is happening. Then you can use the 21, you can use 55, depending. For 55 is for long term, while for medium term 21, but for short term, look at this 8. 8 is very good. But here you can see that the market has crossed up the blue line has closed down, and you can see it's going down, and you can see your MACD. You can see this long what we call a candlestick, and it's a bearish one, a bearish candlestick. You can see it red down. You can see it as reflected on your MACD here. You can see MACD is already looking down. But the beauty is that money flow is not moving down on a 1 hour chart. And you can see that even on a day chart, it's also looking down, looking up gradually. Let's see what is happening. And the volume in the market is still below, not too high, because it's not above the average daily volume on what. But let's on hourly chart. But let's quickly look at the daily chart here. Let's see what the volume is doing before we go to the stocks. I will tell you as we speak now, volume in the market is very small. There is also a sign that people are still waiting. No, market is not they're not on a full sale of panic selling, people are bought. You can see because of this is the first the first full trading week of the month of April, and just starting on a kind of a shaking note now. But let's see, but market has not closed between now and the end of trade by 2:30. As we expect the afternoon traders to start trading or hitting the the, the the trading mark from their offices or non-life. It depends, but I'll tell you that market here is looking on a daily chart. It's not too bad, but you can see that the volume is not much. You can see that money flow so it's looking up. For pick one, want to look at what is happening in NACO to UBN, the Massad and the LBN. Let's start from NACO. Let's look at what is happening in NACO at this hour. I see that NACO has maintained that momentum again, as we saw last Friday. If you are in this class, as you want to see that momentum is still strong, I will tell you this momentum is still strong in what in NACO. That means if you are in this position, I will advise that you should not just panic out unless you have hit what that hit your target. Don't be greedy. Once you hit your target, you can say, but I'll tell you that the stock is still strong. It's trading above the T line. You can see it here on a what on a day chart. You can quickly look at it at a 1 hour chart and see that all indicators from 1 hour chart on a daily chart is looking up for the stock. You can see where it is now up here. You can see it here. For me, it's a good one. The stock has crossed up. You can see it's a good one. It's almost like a gap up. But let's see where it's going. You can see that it's bullish on 1 hour chart. That's only that the money flow has slowed down a little. Only but the stock is still very, very strong. Yes, let's go back to 1 hour one a day chart before we now go quickly to UBN. Want to see what is happening in UBN because this is a live class. You want to know what's happening in UBN, that you know your position in UBN, whether you to increase it now or to or to sell. But I will see the chart to tell us what is happening in UBN. Yes, the good thing is that I will tell you UBN is just coming up. I put it very nice. It just crossed the T line. You can see it here. You can see that you can see this wing here, then around the 640, 650, which is a good one. And on a good volume, if I can see, you can see volume here is very encouraging, very encouraging. But let's see on a 1 hour chart. This is it. Let's see what is happening in UBN on 1 hour chart. That will give you a good story. Wow. 1 hour chart, I'll tell you that UBN is very, very strong. It's almost crossing to the bullish side. Once you cross this signal line, that become, and also you can see where it is. The blue line is heading to cross the red line up. Once that is done, it's a sign of strength. And money flow has turned up here. That's why it's around the below 20, but it's a sign that fund gradually has started entering UBN. I know also we're expecting a UBN result. I've not received result. Yes, at the time we're expecting news from the recent merger and what merger or the buying of TTB into the company into the bank to see whether they are transforming the bank to become just for become one person bank. What I mean one person bank, the institution that bought from the foreign investor, whether they want to take over or whether they want to buy out the minority shareholder, because as we speak now, about 89% of the bank is in their hand. Addition come, they're going to be another force for this stock. But the result is also on that way. Let's watch and see what happens on UBN. But let's quickly look at what is happening in 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 Mansard so that we can do other stuff. But that is why it's good to start a live class so that you can know. You can see that the 1 hour chart give you confidence that this stock is strong, and also even on the daily chart, it's always making a sign of they have crossed the blue line up. You can see that the week here has gone up. Then now tomorrow we'll not see because today is Monday. Want to see maintain this momentum tomorrow? That would be very nice. And money flow has just turned up. If tomorrow we are seeing money for around 30, 35, that means we are seeing more from entering the stock again. So I think we are seeing a good volume here and something is happening in the stock. Let's pick one. Let's look at the Mansard before we go to FBNH. You can see that Mansard Insurance is on a day chart. You can see here, despite that, you can see that kind of like trend for a long time after the construction. So that this was the expected price. That's why you saw a kind of a high gap here. So when the stock falls, this is the new price. You can see that it has remained a bit trending and then kind of making a sideway movement. But you can see where the key line remain above the price action. But this does not get opportunity for investor to take profit unless those able to sell at this point before it came down. But since stock is trending, but if the stock can break out from this level of let's say you can break out this around this 250 and continue uptrend, that would be nice. And this one you can see where it is now. It's been around there 249, 250. Once able to break it out, you can see that we are seeing a good volume coming up there. Because what we are seeing now is above the average traded volume of the company, which is a good one. And MACD is positive here. You can see that turned bullish already because that's not the signal line to the up direction. And money flow is sharp looking up on what on a day chart. We can quickly also go to our hourly chart to look at what is happening in Mansard. I will tell you MACD money flow and your key line and MACD are telling you that they are really moving up on the right direction. You can see that on our chart, Mansard is above the T line. It's above the T line. You can see it here, which is very, very good, strong, which is good. You can see the volume I just said earlier. I can see it here, green volume here. And money flow is looking up. Why you can see that the space between the blue and the red line is widening, going up, and it is good. But you also see what that look at this this histogram is still trying to come down, but I can see that today's one I can see it's longer than the previous day. That means an uptrend is being confirmed. It might likely go further. Don't forget that also the 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 earning news of this company is not bad, and that also will be another. For that is why candlestick will always tell you what is happening. Look at this candle, you can look at what is pushing in, but candle will tell you the behavioral pattern of people in the stock and how they are behaving. If you know how they are behaving, it will go a long way to guide you to take your investment decision. Let's quickly, and also as we are expecting that the capitalization in the industry and also the reform we're expecting in the insurance company will take most of this stock that we're seeing at this price to higher price, depending on the fundamental and also the investing public perception of each of these companies. Perception is another thing that supports sentiment in the market. Before now, I know that perception between Zenith Bank and GTB are not the same. It's changing now already. I think that people are also looking at the word Zenith Bank, but that is market for you. Market perception for a particular stock differ, and that is why I see each of the stock has different characteristics at any different time. As we are speaking now, the market, the insurance sector, if you want to look at it and I tell you that you mention any stock first in that industry without mentioning Mansard and NEM and other board. If you look at where now Mansard is now, with the value we are seeing, the stock that reduced its share value share issue from almost 18 to 9 billion, this will get long way to support its earnings. I know that earnings in the short and the long run has impact of what on price. That means as investor or trader, you should look at such companies that have this potential and start keying in them on time, because I'll tell you when they made their boom, you'll be surprised. You'll be told that this stock is not available. But if you do technical analysis, it's kind of giving us now that we're seeing a strong sign for positive entering now. We're seeing that stock is going somewhere. These are things you have to look at. Money flow is looking up. You can see positive MACD and also trading above the T line. For me, it's a good one. Finally, let's look at FBN holding. What is happening there now? At the stock that I just gained last week, almost around 12 naira. This much among the yes, I know that market is looking to see what is come out of the company, the holding company. But let's see what the price is doing as we speak now. On our chart, you can see that yes, on our chart, I'll tell you the stock is still strong on our chart. Okay, let me look at where the MACD, where the T line or trigger line is here. To speak now, you can see that the stock is below the T line. After I crossed it the previous day on Friday, this morning now, trading below the T line. And this on 1 hour chart, but I know when we go to link for more information. So you can see that on 1 hour chart, it's still strong on 1 hour chart. You can see that MACD is bullish on here, and money flow is still looking up. Even around the 89, there is one, as I said, this stock has enjoying momentum, not because of the number, because of the holding structure and the perception of the brand, since we're seeing new entrance of core investors in terms of buying, having more than 5%, and that has changed the face and the movement of the stock. You can see all these places stock are been on the consolidation before it break out. You can see all this why come down up here. let's see how it's going on a day chart. On a day chart, before we quickly round up, look at this what is happening in UPDC. So that because of the price has gone below 80 Kobo, now we are seeing a bit out. Let's see how far it will go for us to know. You can see here on a daily chart that the money flow in FBM holding is looking down, but still above 50. You can see that MACD is still flat here. No, just marginally bearish. You can see it from here. I can see that the stock is below the T line here this morning on the daily chart. And the volume traded so far is very low compared to what the average traded volume of the stock. Once you break out that level, that means the volume is reasonable. Then before we finally call it a day, let's quickly look at the UPDC. See, that is why if you're a trader, you know how to use your technical analysis, but always trade opportunity for you. You know how to catch it, because the market will help you, and the chart will help you to tell you something is happening somewhere, so you can take advantage of it if you have information. But when you don't have information, or when you are not looking at anything, you still remain not there. Here, there is a day chart for this stock. You can see that from here to here, you can go short. The stock has crossed the T line automatically. You should be out of the stock the day you saw it here. Now that it's forming a kind of a reversal, you can see it here. Look at the red candle and the green candle. And again, you want to confirm to jump in. But this T line here, this candle there is not enough for you to see. But once you cross it up again, and you see this blue line also turning up, as we have seen already that MACD is telling us that, sorry, money flow is telling us that something is happening, it's already turning up. That is for one a day chart. Let's quickly look at 1 hour chart before we can call it a day for today. Yes, on 1 hour chart, 1 hour chart is very important. MACD, the price action of UPDC is already up. You can see it here. It's already up above the C line. But once you can now, that tells you that you can buy this stock now, on this and watch how far it will go. I can also come down and see the T line. It's already on a bullish side because it has crossed the signal line, and can see that the blue have crossed up. It's not going to continue. And you also see that the money flow on the hour chart is also looking good, not looking bad at all. That's 1 hour chart give you prompt, action, kind of prompt signal what to do, whether you buy and sell, and that is why it's very important at any given time. Yes, we say thank you for being with us today. Like I always say, if you have any question, yes, we'll be having a question and answer by next Friday by God grace. Then you can send your question. But if you want the question is urgent, you need urgent answer, quickly go to our social media, drop your question, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and many. Just drop it there. One of my colleagues they will answer, and you get the immediate answer immediately. You don't need to also wait till the next Saturday podcast to address it before even the next class tomorrow. Also, you can also share the link whenever you get it to participate with your friends, and you can also encourage them to go online and subscribe to our channel, and they get notification when anything is posted on that channel like this. Live class also will be posted before the end of the day on the thread. Those that miss it this hour can easily go there and listen to our discussion. And also, if you have comment or question, you are free also to put the YouTube there, and it's also will be addressed. Thank you.